Welcome to today's video. It's finally happening. This greenhouse clean out has been waiting for 3 years for me to pay attention to it. I know, it's disgusting. It's so bad. And today we're finally going to clean it. There are heaps of fungus gnats and cobwebs and really bad cord control, and we're gonna fix that. We are gonna fix the fungus gnats and clean it up and take some propagations and make it so that it's not a hot mess in there. All right, we are going to start on the first shelf first, I think. You can already see I've got fungus gnat trap here, bad cord control here. It's kind of looking like a hot mess, but my plants are doing well in here. So that's what we want. So that's a good thing. But we've got this guy right here, my begonia gray feather, that's just very in need of a chop and a repot. And actually, I am planning to also repot my begonias. I've got this guy here that I want to put in a self-watering pot. And then I also have another begonia right here that also needs to get put in self-watering. And I have a mix that I'm going to use, and then we're just going to go through and clean out everything. And there's some stuff that I have to get rid of. Now, to be fair, to give myself some credit, I have gone through this Ikea cabinet. This is the Ikea Millsbow, by the way, if you have been living under a rock in the plant community. I have joined the trend. I joined it probably 4 years ago or so. I was watching the Ikea website near me, and it, of course, was sold out everywhere for the longest time because that was because in 2020 everybody went crazy for them and changed them into greenhouses, which was amazing, except that then I couldn't get one. So I actually ended up going to not the one closest to me, but the next one closest to me, which was 2 hours away or 3 hours away. I can't remember right now. I do actually have some footage from that, which I might try and dig up and put in here.
I am at McDonald's. Today is a big day because I went and got my Ikea greenhouse today. I went and drove 3 hours to go pick up my greenhouse, or the Millsbow Tall, I guess is what it is, the iconic Ikea greenhouse. That's what I did this morning. I got it, I picked it up, it all went by so fast. Not the driving, the picking up process. And now I have to run back home because I still have to go to work today.
That was an adventure. I woke up super early in the morning. Yeah, I really wanted the Millsbow greenhouse so that I could make it into a functional greenhouse like this. And I've got weather stripping. It's not the best anymore. I did have to take this apart when I moved, and so that's why 3 years ago I cleaned it out and just totally gutted it. And then I was pregnant during that time, and so I just set it up to have it, and I didn't even have any grow lights in it for the first year. And then I put the grow lights in, and I have since not put any wire management, and the wire management is getting crazy. I'm actually planning to do a couple of things with this greenhouse cabinet, just not in this video. Today, we're just purely cleaning it out, dumping stuff that needs to be dumped, and repotting my begonias. I think that that's probably it. That's probably all I'll have time for today. But I plan on getting a whole new setup for my Millsbow so that I can arrange my plants a little bit better. I would like to maybe have more hanging area, so more like surface area, that I can put plants on, because I do have quite a few small plants like this. Well, this was small, now it's not so much, but I'm about to chop it so it'll be small again. And yeah, and just have more space so that I can have more plants in here. It's not going to be anything too crazy, I guess, but I would like to make it a little bit more functional. So that's what we're here to do. That's what we're starting today. And we're getting into the thick of it. Honestly, let's just start with my begonia gray feather. I love this plant. It has died back once or twice, and I'm very thankful that I still have this one vine. It's grown really well, but I would like to chop it up and actually put it in my new propagation station upstairs that I have now, and hopefully I can get a fuller plant so that I can just have a better situation here instead of one long wonky vine. So that's where we're going to start today. This guy, my philodendron silver. This is the newest leaf. The newest leaf is a little bit, it came out a little bit wonky for some reason. Oh, and it's really like not steady. See right here, you can look at the roots. It's got a good root system, or aerial root system. What I'm thinking is this will be a really good one to put on a plank. So if I have time, I will definitely be repotting and putting this on a plank today. But I very much love this one. It's so beautiful. The leaves are just, oh my gosh, this is crazy. So fluffy. This is her prettiest leaf. Look at that. She's so pretty. All right, moving on. I did have this thing to help steady it, but it clearly was not about that life. So, oh well. This guy in the back, oh my gosh. There's a spider web back there that was attached to this. Okay, so there's probably some spiders in here. Love that for them. They are probably feasting away on my fungus gnat infestation that I had for some reason. I went so long without having a real fungus gnat infestation, and now it's here, and they're apparently here to stay, which I hate for myself. And these are both Philodendron Campo partuanum. There are some plant names that I'm so bad at pronouncing, and I just want to apologize in advance. I'll try and maybe put it on the screen so that you can, if you don't know what plant this is, you can at least read it and maybe have better punctuation. I can read them in my head, I just can't say them out loud. I think I almost breathed in a fungus gnat. That was not enjoyable. But yeah, this is supposed to be a really pretty plant when it grows up. I have never been able to get it to do that, basically. I've had this for a stupid long time, but it's just been in the back of my greenhouse there, not being cared for well. So now is our time to care for it a little bit better. Yeah. These guys are my first anthuriums ever. I am not an anthurium girly. I will say that right now. But I've kind of gotten a little bit curious about them. They just sort of take up so much space, like once they're all grown out. So I figured I would start with some seedlings. They'd be easy to care for. I can ignore them, which you see a trend in my plant care. Yeah. But it is quite cute. But unpopular opinion, I think that most of these guys look pretty much the same. There, I said it. That's why I don't have a bunch of them. So this one is my other one that's a little bit smaller. This is No ID crystal crossed with No ID. So that's fun. It's gonna be surprise me when it grows up. And then this is a blue pap crossed SKG Indodress, which I don't really know what that means because I am not an anthurium girl, like I said. But somebody probably knows what that's going to look like. I don't know. I just felt it in my heart, so I got this one too. Maybe not the best way to buy anthuriums, but it's doing all right. It's living. I've had it for at least 6 months now. And then these are just to keep a little bit more humidity in them, where I'm giving them like a little bit of a dome, and it's got like these have holes in the bottom, of course, so it gives a little bit of airflow. This is a corm that did get a little bit too dried out. Oh, what is this? This is an alocasia. I don't remember what kind of alocasia this is. I don't know what'll surprise me. But it's there. There's even a little bit, you can see it right there. There's a new leaf that is trying to emerge. I don't know if it's gonna work or not, but she's trying. And then, oh my goodness, this is not a cute plant, but I'm keeping it out of stubbornness. This is a philodendron. I am blanking on the name of this one, but it's supposed to be variegated, which is one of the reasons. Soderai. It's the variegated soderai, which we'll see. It's tissue culture, you can probably tell. I've had it for probably a year and a half to 2 years, and this is not a plant that has done well, and not for lack of trying, actually. It just seems to really struggle. I found that with a good amount of tissue culture plants, is that they can really, really struggle if they aren't given their optimal conditions. So I'm doing the best I can. I've cut it up actually, and it's doing better since I chopped it. It's actually grown a decent amount. It's just the leaves are so tiny, and I think that it might be one that just needs more humidity than I'm able to give it. But I'm not going to stop trying because I really want to grow this out just at this point for sheer stubbornness. So it's a variegated soderai. Like, how cool is that? All right, this one with its fungus gnat collector. Actually, those look like they're mostly old fungus gnats. I will get rid of that. This is my mint amazonii. That's actually a really pretty leaf. This is another one that I would like to propagate because it's only got the one vine. I had some really gorgeous leaves when I first got it, and I did get it as a cutting, and I had a hard time growing it at first. I did try to grow this in like I think I mentioned it in my last video or one of them, and it didn't do well. I am not very good at growing in leca, and I know it's supposed to be really easy and everything, but I think just I wasn't putting enough nutrients in the water probably. I don't know. I think I just don't like leca. Not that I'm not going to try again, because I probably will at some point, but maybe when I have a little more time to dedicate to it, I'll try it. But I would love to have a full plant of this. I think that would be so cool, so pretty. You just imagine a big bush of this just trailing. So yeah, I would like to propagate this one today. Oh, that is such a gorgeous leaf. Normally I try not to get stuck on like individual leaves because ultimately they will end up dying, because that's just the life cycle of a leaf. But it doesn't mean I can't admire it. So that is it for the main shelf. We're gonna just kind of wipe away the spider webs right here. Look, I'm not kidding. This has been seriously neglected. I haven't wiped this down forever. All right, and then this is, of course, my begonia seismoria. This is actually my second one that I've gotten. Let me see. There we go. She is so gorgeous. Love her, and she's so hairy. I don't know. I love a good hairy begonia. I don't know. There's just something about that green. I'm not big on plants that are incredibly colorful, oddly enough. I know some people just love those, but that's not really me. I love your silver. I love your variegated. I'm not a big fan of Oreo variegation, which I know, again, unpopular opinion, but I don't know. It doesn't quite get me the same way that regular elbow variegation gets me. And I love the little baby leaves. You see the baby leaves. That's my favorite part, having the little baby leaves come in. They're just so fuzzy. I don't know. This is hopefully one that we can get around to repotting today. I can already tell that the soil is starting to get a little bit dry. The begonia that I have in this cabinet really love to not get super dry, because then, and their little pots will just topple right over because they're so top heavy. This was an orchid that I got at last year's orchid show from my local botanical gardens. This is was a Talomnia hybrid. It was really beautiful. It was blooming when I bought it. I just threw it out the other day. There's nothing left in here. It's just this sad little empty pot. You know what? Okay, I think I'm going to completely empty out my cabinet, and then I'm going to go get my vacuum, and I'll vacuum it. My vacuum is unfortunately upstairs because I forgot to get it before my son went down for his nap. And the closet that it is in is very, very squeaky. So I will have to be really, really careful opening up the closet. But everything does need a good vacuum, I think, and then I'll just wipe it all down. I think that's the way to go. So this guy was a Syngonium, I think. It's still alive, and that's why it's in here, is because I can't even remember what plant this was. It was a Syngonium, I think, of some sort. It might have been a Syngonium army. I think that's what it was. It was really beautiful. And then I don't know, it might have gotten spider mites. I don't quite know what happened to it, but it didn't survive my 2.5 month long a time where I wasn't feeling well. So this guy has just been in here chilling, and I'm not ready to get rid of it yet because it does have a couple of active nodes, active growth points right now. So I think maybe it'll come out of whatever dormancy it's in spring, if I can keep up with it. So we'll see. There's no way I can sit like that for this whole time. This guy is my begonia that I showed you before, one that I hope to repot. It will be going in a self-watering pot. You can see it's kind of gotten crispy on the edges, probably from getting underwatered too often. So I'm going to try and keep that from happening again. And this is my pingdom. I love this, my little bog garden. I've got these gorgeous flowering pings right here. Look at that. Then I've got this giant one that's been feasting on some fungus gnats. And then I have my pink lady in here that is just, the bottom just rotted out where I had it. I had it in a self-watering pot and it just totally rotted out. And I'm guessing it's just not gonna, it's just not gonna survive. But I'm stubborn and I want it to survive. So we're just gonna let it peacefully die out right there, I guess. Oops, this is my philodendron pink princess galaxy, supposedly. This is another one of those tissue culture, and it's doing the thing that it always does with the little Cinderella slipper situation, but it's beautiful when the leaves come out normally. Where is it? Right here. That's really pretty. When it gets bigger, I hope that it gets bigger one day. I think it's another one that needs to have high humidity, and I probably just can't provide quite enough high humidity for it, but we're gonna keep on trying with this one. Fun fact, I don't really like pink paint plants that much, but there are a couple that are like stunning. And that one, it took me a really, really long time to decide to get a pink princess. At first, I did not know what the hype was, but then I saw the galaxy version, and that one I thought was really, really beautiful. So I'm trying that out. It's probably not the prettiest galaxy one that I could have found, but, and again, it was a tissue culture, so I couldn't pick my individual plant that I got. But I'm just going to do the best that I can with it and see what happens. This is a plant that I'm really sad that's died. That can just go in the rubbish, I think. This was a, what was it called? This is the Pilea aluminum plant. That might be a little bit backlit, sorry. This was a variegated Pilea aluminum plant. And I even took a cutting of it. Actually, this was the cutting, and it was doing really well at one point, and then it just completely died off. And the other one died off too, which makes me so sad because this was genuinely like one of my favorite plants because it was so pretty. But I think I just wasn't able to give enough consistent care to it. This is one that I would definitely try again, though. These cords look so crazy. And then this is one of my philodendron propagations that I have that I don't know what I'm going to do with. I might try and sell it. I may try and sell it. I think that's probably what I'll do. They've got a bunch of other propagations that actually aren't doing so well. I should check on those. Looks like my son is already awake from his nap. Looks like my husband is in there with him now, trying to settle him down. He has been just really fighting his naps recently, which is kind of heartbreaking because he'll cry a lot. He was doing so good for a long time where he, there would be some tears, right? But then he would calm down, and as soon as I would start singing to him, he would just calm down and he would be okay. He'd be a little sad once I left, but like he would very quickly calm down. And now it's just like he is just not having it. So oh, and here he is. I'm gonna go downstairs and probably watch a little bit of Mickey. Because apparently he was a grumpy boy when he woke up from his nap. Poor thing. I don't know what's been going on with him. He is getting over, he recently got over a cold though, so maybe that just kind of messed things up for him because he was kind of extra needy at that point. But I digress. We'll see how long they give me to do this. But on the bright side, I don't have to worry about opening up the closet to get the vacuum now because now he's not asleep. So that's good news, I guess. All right, let's get this last shelf done. Let me bring you down a little bit. All right. My goodness, these cords are insane. Oh, this is another one that I really wanted to get into, self-watering. There are some Hoyas that are like thick leaf like this that seem to like to be watered more often, which is kind of interesting, I think, because normally I would just like let them dry out, but it's like as soon as they dry out, I mean, they're fine, I guess, but they don't grow for me as well. And this is one that I've really struggled with, I think. And they have had, no, it was this one that had bugs at some point, I think. But I'm starting to get a little bit more growth. I mean, this one, I don't know what kind of damage that would be from. Let me know if you know, because I'm not very good with bug identification, and it worries me sometimes that I could have flat mites and not even know it. I should probably get myself one of those microscopes. All right, so that is that guy. And then I love this plant. I took a bunch of propagations from my one long vine this is the Philodendron Micans Halo. And it's just done so good for me. And it's already settling in. I repotted this a couple of months ago into self-watering, and it's doing so well. I'm so happy how this turned out. I love philodendron. I was realizing the other day, like maybe I should have said that is my favorite plant. Oh my gosh, my knees. All right, and this is my begonia white ice. I absolutely adore her. Look at her. I think at some point I'd like to pot her up with the cuttings that I took, because this was my original plant, and then you can see the stumps, and it just took off. So I've repotted it in a separate pot, but I think at some point I'll just put them all together. And because what I didn't expect was like all of these stalks, they did start putting out new growth. And then I got sick, so I couldn't really keep up with it. So some of the little leaves died, unfortunately. But I would love to have a big, gorgeous pile of begonia in one pot. Pile? I don't know what I'm saying. All right, and this guy is my very sad string of pearls, or string of hearts, variegated string of hearts. Very sad. It's gonna stay in here, and I'm gonna keep neglecting it because I don't know what to do with it. I know some of y'all might be mad that I keep on saying that I neglect my plants, but at least I'm honest about it, right? Like, I have a 2-year-old, and I've got a full-time job. These plants, if they can't handle some neglect, they're not going to stay in my collection, because it's just, and that's just how it's going to go, unfortunately. I used to be able to hover and take care of my plants a lot better, but and then you've got ones like these. That this one is doing so well. Look at that. Bambino, variegated Bambino. I love her. Ooh, even the underside of her leaves are gorgeous. Look at that. And this one, it's not as variegated as I'd like it to be, but actually, this is one of her newest leaves, and that's like got decent variegation. So hopefully she'll keep on pushing out some gorgeous new growth for me. And I think I'm just going to keep her in the setup. She could probably be in a self-watering as well, but I don't know. This setup is ugly. It's a cup in a cup with no drainage holes, but you know what? It is working. So we're gonna not mess with that. And then this one right here, I need to put this one on Facebook Marketplace. This is a cutting that I have from my big silver sword. And I'm looking at it, and oh my gosh, it needs to be watered. I should probably do that like right now. It is so thirsty. But man, look at those long as heck aerial roots. Oh my gosh. But yeah, she gorgeous. I should definitely try and sell her for at least a couple of bucks. I don't know, you can get silver sword anywhere now, but she's a good looking plant, if I do say so myself. All right, guys, do you want a close-up of the nasty damage that all of these plants have done to my Ikea greenhouse? It's so gross in here. There's so many spider webs and just dead fungus gnats and just dirt everywhere. And if you're squeamish, don't look. But I mean, it is pretty embarrassing, I'm not gonna lie. All right, here is a close-up of all of the dirt and grime that I'm going to clean up, which is going to be so satisfying to get it all clean. All of that. Oh my gosh. This one is the worst. It's just a fungus gnat graveyard. Oh my goodness, this feels so much better. Look at that. She gorgeous, she clean. Next thing to do is I've decided I want to do a little bit of maintenance on the cords. There is a chance that I'm going to be moving them around a little bit in the near-ish future, so I don't want to make it too hard to remove. But I would really like to get some cord management going because honestly, this is ridiculous. The fact that I've been living with this for so many years is really kind of silly. I've got a little bit of electrical tape that I'm going to be using to help manage the cords. So I'm going to get started on that. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and start putting some pots back. There's going to be a few that I probably leave out just so that I can try and post those on Facebook, maybe Facebook Marketplace, and see if I can get any hits on those. And then I'm also going to be leaving out my begonias so we can do those repots.
So, unfortunately, this is actually where I stopped wearing my mic. It was still picking up a little bit of sound, but it's very bad quality and not loud enough. So, basically, what I was talking about was these cords. It's still embarrassingly bad, but they are up out of the way. And, like I said before, this is all supposed to be pretty temporary. So, at least we've got a little bit of cord management going on, and it is a little bit better. Hopefully you guys won't judge me too hard for how the cords look. So as you can see, I'm putting everything back in the greenhouse and it is starting to come together, and it's looking so much better. It's quite satisfying to see it all nice and clean, and I'm really happy that I finally got around to it. It was definitely about time.
You guys, why am I like this? I just realized that my mic was on my jacket. And so all of the last footage that I have when I'd taken my jacket off, I don't have that. So I guess I'm doing a lot more voiceover than I had anticipated, but I guess this is just how I roll. All right, we're gonna start this repot off. I'm only doing these two begonias here, and I'm going to be repotting them both in these self-watering pots right here. So I guess let's start with one of these, and I'll take this out, it goes in there, and I'm just gonna get started. I actually forgot that I had this mix. This is a reused mix, but it's been sitting for probably over a year. So anything that's in here, if there were bugs or anything in here, it's long gone. These are, I mean, it's a decent soil mix. It's just one that I created myself. It's just regular like cactus and succulent mix, but it's mixed in with pumice and perlite and a little bit of orchid bark and some, what's that, horticultural charcoal. Gosh, say that 5 times fast. I can't. So I'm using that for these rather than my regular aeroid mix because these are self-watering, and these are begonia. And begonia, at least these two, seem to get thirsty quite often. So we're just going to use this mix instead of my other more airy mix, but there's still like plenty of aeration. Then these begonias are both from Steve's Leaves, so they are really, really nice begonia. And actually, so this one, I think I might have mentioned it before, that this is my second time getting this. I was really sad when my original one died, and I like this one enough that I actually went ahead and finally got a second one, which I don't normally do. If I kill a plant, I'm a lot less likely to get that plant another time unless I really, really like it. And there's a lot of begonias that I don't like so much. And there's so many begonia varieties. So this one, I don't know, I really loved this one. And then my other one, that's the first time that I've gotten this begonia. What is it? Natanugensis. I think I'm probably mispronouncing that, but it's my first time getting that begonia. And so far, it's been pretty easy to care for as long as I keep up on the watering. So far, so good. I mean, I hope you guys have had a better November than we have. Both, like, the whole family has been sick for this whole month. You can probably still hear it. I'm still getting over whatever cold situation it is that I have. I think I got it from my son, who probably got it from my husband. But who knows? I was also sick in one of my last videos, and that's because I got sick after they did. And then I got sick again. Was it the same virus? Probably not. But it's like there is one Saturday at the beginning of the month where I got a sore throat and I knew I was coming down with something. And then I was pretty much good by Monday. And then, or maybe it started a little bit earlier in the week, but like not by a whole lot. And then I was good. And then the next weekend, I got a sore throat again. And it's like, what is going on with this? And so that Saturday, it progressed so fast that it went to my ear, and so at the beginning of, I don't know, say like 10 o'clock, I was up later than I had intended. So I was still awake at like 10 o'clock. And my left ear started hurting, and then it just got progressively worse and worse. So by the time like midnight came around, I went and got some Tylenol, and that helped like kind of put the fire out a little bit, but it was still so bad. And I knew that either like at that point, there really wasn't much I could do. I could have gone to emergency, but to be honest, getting the toddler up, having my husband take me, or like, do I drive when I'm in this much pain? Like, what do I do? So to be honest, I ended up sitting it out because at first I was like, well, maybe it will like settle down and it won't get so bad. And I was super wrong about that. My eardrum ended up rupturing. I went to urgent care early in the morning the next day as soon as I could. And basically I got a confirmation that yes, your eardrum did rupture. And unfortunately, this is not the first time this has happened to me. So I kind of knew what was happening at that point, and that I don't know that there's much that I could have done to prevent it once it had gotten to a certain point, which is really sad. But anyway, so I've been on antibiotics since then, and it's gotten better, but like this whole left side is still so muffled, and it's really annoying. But I don't know. I can still hear from it. I don't think that I'll have like any crazy damage from it, which I've already got like a little bit of hearing loss from having a bunch of earaches as a child. So like I really hope I don't get more hearing loss. I do try and take care of my ears, and I try and like whenever I get a cold, like this hasn't happened for like 10 years. But anyway, so I hope you guys are having a better November than I am. Oh, and then I've got some kind of weird rash situation going on. You can see it really well like on my stomach and my chest, and I don't know if you can see it right here, but I've got this rash going on. I actually went and like put foundation on. I don't really wear makeup anymore right now just because it's too much. I don't have to wear makeup for my job. I don't have to look crazy professional or anything. I just go sit in an office, no patients or anything see me. So, I mean, I do more than sit in an office, but I do my job there. But like nobody, like there's not very many people there. Nobody really cares about what you look like. And I don't know, I worked in a hospital previous to that. There's just no reason really for me to wear makeup. And just again, like kudos to the people that spend time on that stuff. I would like to like at some point, but it's just not where my life is at right now. If I had more time to like delve into that, I probably would. But also makeup makes me break out. So I don't normally put makeup on anymore because of that specifically too. But yeah, the rash is just bad enough that, and you can probably still see like the discoloration on my skin. But it was at least able to tone down the like weird coloring that I have right now. So yeah, now I also have a mystery rash, and we think that might be from my antibiotics that I have, which is kind of a weird reaction to have, I think. But it doesn't itch or anything. So anyway, that's been my week. The good news is my husband gets a bunch of time off work right now because of the holidays. So he gets to hang out with my son, and I'm really jealous. And I am all done. And then I don't know about you guys, but if my plants come with tags like this, I always try and keep the tags in. Here we are. See? I just think it's like nice. Even if I already know what the plant's name is. I don't know. I just like to do that. It's a thing. Now, especially if I don't know what the plant's name is. Like the orchids, I can never remember what kind of orchids I have. And so the tags I keep with them because that's a must. All right. Well, this is cool. I finally get these guys all potted up. They look so good. I love them. All right. There's another begonia that I killed, the Milana Velata. I had that one for a good year. We had a good run. And then I might have overwatered it or something in the winter. I'm not quite sure what happened. And I wasn't able to save that one. Or I guess I think I saved it once and then didn't save it the next time, something like that. Which was, I'm really sad about that one. That was a sad loss. So I think that's probably another one that I'll get at some point. But I'm trying to keep my collection like lower on the lower end right now, just because I'm in such a chaotic part of my life right now that I don't have very much time to take care of them. Like my husband right now is downstairs with my son, and they're probably about ready for dinner, and I think we're just doing leftovers for dinner from last night. I made a really good potato soup. But anyway, I think that's it. I think I need to water these guys, and then I will put them back in the Ikea greenhouse cabinet, and I'm going to call it a day. I hope you guys had fun walking through my little clean out with me. Stick around because I am planning to do more to my greenhouse. I would like to put shelves, and then I'm going to do like a style with me. And yeah, I think that I'm going to have a lot of fun with it. I've got big plans for that shelf situation. So anyway, thanks so much for sticking around. Bye.